Hey there, fellow marketers, Professor Wolters here, and today we're here in Aruba, and today we're going to talk about some of the basic performance measures that social media marketers and digital marketers should use when they're kind of judging the performance of their social media pages or their website. Now, there's a lot more key performance indicators out there, and we have a much more advanced video talking about some of the more, like the big ones, but these are really the core ones that everyone should really know. And the thing is, they can be linked to your output, they can be linked to your revenue, there's a lot of different things that they can be linked to, but I'm gonna just kind of focus on some of these basic things out there so you can have a nice idea. Obviously, probably the biggest one that the boss likes to know about are your fans. Now, when I say fans, there's a lot of different ways you can look at that. That could be your YouTube subscribers, your followers on Facebook, or your followers on Twitter, all your Instagram buddies and stuff like that. Those would be the fans. They're the ones that follow you. So you might say, oh, the more subscribers we have, the more fans we have, the better we're doing. So you might judge it that way. The thing is, though, that's not the only thing that counts, because you might want to know is, hey, we might have subscribers, but do they actually visit our website? And that's why probably the next thing you want to know about is what they call page views. So page views are the number of times your page gets open. Okay, so someone goes to your site, someone goes to that site, it gets a page view. It gets a page view again. The thing is, with page views, they can be manipulated pretty easily. I mean, you could tell your grandma, could you go on this internet thing and click on my website like 50 times? Well, that'll get you 50 page views. The thing is that 50 different people looking? No, that can be a problem. That's why what you want to look at are visitors. How many different people came to the website, okay? Or how many different, I should say, IP addresses came to that website, because then you can see is it one person doing everything, or are there multiple visitors, multiple people coming to this website, okay? Now, the thing is with visitors, that's the more time a person comes on there. The next thing I want to talk about is what we call a unique visitor. That is the individual different IP addresses that come on there, okay? Because you might, think about it, if you're a bank, you have people that come and check their account multiple times a day, right? So that's just one visitor. But the thing is, they have multiple visits, right? So that's visitor. You want to make sure you're not double counting them. That's why you do the unique visitors, okay? Now with that, you might want to look at the average page number per visitor to see how many pages are they actually checking out on our website. Because it could be they just go to the homepage and leave, but if they go to the homepage and then look at our products, then look at another product, showing that they're doing research and trying to do more, or are they only going to one page and then taking off? So we kind of want to judge that to see is how much time are they staying on there? How many pages they're visiting on our website? Now, another thing you want to look at is when you're looking at people visiting your website, you also want to track what's called your bounce rate. And so the bounce rate is the number of people that when they come to your website, they leave right away. I mean, think about it. Have you ever done a search and gone to a website and go, oh, no, that's not what I wanted, and you click back right away? You bounced off of there. So that's the bounce rate, the percentage of people that bounce off very quickly. And you don't want, the higher the bounce rate is, the worse you're doing, okay? So you want to keep that bounce rate low, because if the bounce rate's low, that means they're staying on your website. You're giving them the information they're looking for. So the search question they had, that web page is doing a good job of giving them the answer, so they stay and do it, and they don't just leave right away. Another thing you might want to look at in terms of kind of performance measures with how you're doing with relating to, you know, your viewers and stuff like that, is your interaction rate. And this is actually something that a lot of websites will do and social media channels will do and look at in order to make sure that people aren't faking their view counts. Because what an interaction rate is, it looks at the number of likes, dislikes, comments, subs that a video would get or a post would get and stuff like that, to see is like, is this getting people to engage? Is this getting people to interact? Is this a quality video that people want to say, I like this video, or hey, this is something that really helps me? These kind of things help out. If all of a sudden you see there's a video with 1 million views, but only like 100 comments, you're like, wait a minute, something's not right here. They should have a lot more interaction with that number of views, and that's how you can kind of check and see if there's any like internet fraud going on there. So we kind of want to look at that. Now, another thing you might want to look at is what they call the share of voice. So share of voice is whenever people are searching for whatever you're selling or the topic of products you have, how much a percentage of those search end up showing things like you, okay? So when I look up soda, how much does Coke show up, right? Is it trending? That's when you're looking at those trending tabs and things like that. Are we going to good share the voice? Are people talking about us a lot? So you might want to look at that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what's called the click-through rate. And the click-through rate is how many times you have an impression on a website that someone actually clicks on it. So an example of this, if you're watching this in YouTube, if you're on your phone, and let's say you scrolled down and you saw those other videos pass by that you could also watch, that's an impression. Each one of those videos that show up there, they're getting an impression. And so what they do is, how many times did that thumbnail pop up on YouTube in all the different places? And then you look at it as how many times people actually click on it. and that's the click-through rate. So if you're getting, 10%, 5 to 10% click-through rate on a YouTube video, that's actually pretty good. That means for 100 times it goes through at a 10% click-through rate, 10 people are clicking on it. I mean, that's actually a good way, okay? So you're kind of looking at those things. So you might want to look and see is, if we're getting 1 million impressions, but we're only getting like 0.5% click-through rate, why aren't we doing that? Okay, that might make you want to change your thumbnail or change the title or something like that to entice people to actually click on that video, to click on that social media link, to make sure they're going to that page or going to that video. And that's why a lot of times, like social media, analysts and stuff like that, will definitely look at the click-through rate to say, hey, look, you're not getting people, you're showing up, but you're not getting clicked on. There's going to be some issues. That's why they'll have the pictures on the thumbnails like, oh my goodness, or you'll never believe what happens, or look at this great food I have. They do those things to give people a reason to click, to increase that click-through rate, okay? And then the last one I want to talk about is fan source. And this is looking at is, where are the people coming from that are landing on my videos or landing on my, Facebook page or my website or things like that. You track that to see, because all of a sudden I see, wow, I'm getting a lot of new views from this video on someone else's channel. Well, maybe I should make a video like that video, because our fans are already watching that and then they're coming to us. Why don't we make that video already? So you have that. Also, you might look and see, oh, a lot of people are actually coming from Twitter. Maybe we should do more on Twitter. Maybe we should have a Professor Wolters Twitter channel, because people are coming from Twitter. And so it gives you an idea of where your fans are coming from, where your views are coming from, and you can adjust your content and you can adjust kind of your outreach to your clients because of that. So I hope this helps you know some of the really basic, social media marketing performance measures, so you have an idea of what's going on out there. Now, I have a ton more videos to talk about specific ones out there for YouTube and other things, but I thought this was a good place to start. Just like Aruba is a good place to start to get a sunburn, because, oh my goodness, the sun's very strong here. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I'll say bye from here in Aruba.